A very good evening to viewers and listeners. I'm Zainab Muhammad with Safalma News. The House of Representatives is making arrangements to ensure that voting by lawmakers on the bill seeking arrangements to some sections of the 1990 Constitution is credible and transparent. A test run was conducted at the plenary with the computers installed for the purpose of electric voting, which has been abducted for the exercise coming up in 2 weeks. The current Constitution revealed that the fifth conduct by the National Assembly, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Bijamiamila, is one of principles.
And one of the essential ingredients of that constitutional democracy is to be able to determine for the people back home that we represent, whether we're protecting their interest or we're voting in their interest or not. So the voting, electronic voting, is not just about the numbers, it's about the record and the pattern of voting.
The House of Representatives has resolved to investigate the utilization of the 165 billion naira appropriated for Nigerian Correction Services (NCS) over the past 2 years. The resolution was sequel to the adoption of a motion on urgent national importance on the deplorable state of inmates and the unwholesome working conditions of officers and men of Nigerian Correction Services, despite huge budgetary allocations with attendant adverse effects on security and custodial facilities and the new. While moving the motion, Honorable Elumela observed that upon the enactment of the Nigerian Correction Service Act 2019, Nigerian join most countries of the world is adopting modern correctional alternatives to incarcerations or imprisonmental incarcerations or imprisonmental, including non-custodial measures. He, however, expressed grave concern over the plight of thousands of Nigerians working in the services, whom he described as the single most important resource available to the correctional system, and the welfare of these officers and men in line with international best practices to profile them optimal performance. According to him, the House is disturbed that despite this act, an increase in budgetary allocations to Nigerian Correction Service to drive its renewal mandate. The continuation of distribution of relief materials to either refugees, migrants, or internal displaced persons in Nigeria may soon change, as the Refugee Commission has begun to build the capacity of the people to become self-reliant. Federal Commissioner for Refugees, Migrants and Internal Displaced Persons, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, said 1,000 displaced persons have been selected across the country for skills acquisition, training and capacity to make them useful members of the society. Investigation revealed that the federal government has spent billions of naira on the upkeep of victims of migration, communal conflicts, insurgency, and internal displaced persons.
Is responsible for ensuring that we help persons of concern build resilience and help them with their coping mechanisms. Trust me, if you're a participant in this room, a member of the badge 01 of this training, you should count yourselves lucky. We haven't brought you here.
The project, inaugurated by Refugee Commission, is a deliberate attempt to change the narrative from over-independence on government for food and other relief items for more skillfully and improved capacity of the displaced person. The Federal Commissioner, who said the skills training, which started in Abuja with 200 participants, will continue across the country. The Trade Union Congress, TUC, is set to mobilize workers for active participation in politics. The Congress considered these constrained debates and opinions that TUC has not successfully tapped into opportunity, providing liberal democracy which emphasized grassroots participation. TUC President Kwabi Olaliye said that the fact is the political ruling class that take decisions affecting the socio-economic well-being of workers is enough justification for the organized labor to get involved in politics, which is there are very strong linkages between democracy, good governance, and workers' economic well-being.
To broaden the conversation on the need to change leadership recruitment process in Nigeria through ensuring that credible leaders with great potentials emerge to lead at various levels. To generate continuous conversation on free, fair, and credible electoral process and good governance in Nigeria.
This news is coming to you from Safalma TV Radio Online. You can reach us on Facebook by searching Safalma TV Radio. Following the directives of the Katsina State government banning the vigilantes group in the state, the State Police Command has issued directives to all area commanders, divisional police officers to go after defaulters and sponsors wherever they are in the state and brought them to book. The directives was contained in a statement signed by the Command Police Relations Officer SP Gambo Isa on behalf of the State Commissioner of Police and made available in Newsmate in Katsina. Earlier on Monday, the Katsina State government announced the banning of activities of vigilantes across the state with immediate effects. According to the Special Advisor on Social Matters, Ibrahim Ahmad Katsina said, ban become necessary following the overzealous criminal activities which has resulted in extrajudicial killing of innocent peoples and looting of properties, gaze of vigilante group. The group managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Malakari, says it will, within the ambit of law, ensure local production of premium motor spirits as the solution to insensate fuel scarcity in the country. Kerry gave the assurance that a meeting with an ad hoc committee of the House of Representatives investigating the circumstances surrounding the importation of the adulterated fuel in the country, assuring the current fuel scarcity it will be over by next week. This meeting was scheduled for the NNPC GMD to explain to the lawmakers on the current fuel scarcity in the country, which has a negative effect on the people. Over the week, low queue have resurfaced at petrol stations in most of the major cities following recent scarcity after major marketers imported adulterated products in the country. France and its allies in an international force will withdraw their troops from Mali after almost a decade. France President Emmanuel Macron stated that the troops have been in the fight against militants in the country, adding that the force will be redeployed across African Sahel regions. Macron said the decision to leave followed a breakdown in diplomatic relations amid growing hostility from Mali's new governing military junta. Countries involved in the France-led Tobacco Task Force agreed to set plans on how to remain in the region, notably Niger Republic and the Guinea countries in June 2022. Based on the news. Good night.